I'm really excited right now. I'm really happy. I love my new band. I think all the guys are great. They're great musicians. They're great friends. And I'm really, really excited for the fans to hear this record. But I think a lot of people, I don't think, really, they didn't know what to expect from it. They still don't really know what to expect until they hear something. And I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised at this album. I've always been just a big fan of guitar-oriented rock. It's the guitar. That's what makes rock and roll to me, not keyboards and not anything else. Of course, there's always going to be keyboard paddings in places and ballads. I got keyboards on this record, but it's not the main focus of the songs. And that's what I've always been into, is like AC/DC type stuff, and Scorpions. It's all guitar, and that's what early Motley Crue was. And they decided to go in a different direction, which is fine. I always think there should be a little bit of a change in albums so it doesn't become sterile. But I think if you change too much, if you just go way totally towards the other end of the musical spectrum, I think you're going to alienate a lot of the people that put you there in the first place. And that's what I was afraid of with the way that Motley Crue was going when I was still in the band. Who knows? I don't know what they're doing now. They might have changed styles again since I got out of the band. But their singer is more of a blues-oriented singer. And so I'm sure they'll be going in that vein, but, who knows?
But you can't do that.
A lot of different stuff. I found out that I really liked being in the studio. It was a lot of fun. Being more hands-on and coming up with different ideas in the studio and putting in input and actually having it make sense and have people actually listen to you and go, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And with songwriting, I've never written any lyrics, until this song and this album. And it was fun to do that and be creative. It's really fun for me to be creative because I wasn't really put in a position in Motley Crue to be as creative as I always wanted to be. And so it feels good that I get kind of proud of myself that I know I can do it now. So that was pretty much it. He's a guitar player. Steve's a very creative guy. We'll be songwriters together, for many years to come. I trust his word in the studio. He's really, really good in the studio, and he has a certain way that he likes to record. And I listen to that. He's really good at that kind of stuff. He's great at arranging songs. I just, when he says something, I listen to him. I listen to what he has to say. And see, there's Vicky Fox, who I'm sure all the Japanese fans might know from Enough's Enough. And I think he's one of the best drummers I've ever seen. And he also even though he looks like a girl. Okay. Oh, Vic's a great guy. He's he's from Chicago, so he's a little strange, but he's a fun guy to hang out with. There's Dave Marshall, who's he's a little quiet and laid back, but and he's a rhythm guitar player. He works great with Steve. And this is the first time Steve's ever worked with a rhythm guitar player. And he was a little apprehensive about that when we first came in the band, because I had this set idea. I wanted 2 guitar players. I wanted that for a few different reasons. One was I didn't want to look like Motley Crue with one guitar player. Another thing is I always believed that a second guitar player, just like a Malcolm Young, just hanging in the back and just keeping a great groove going. And what that does for Steve, it opens up a whole thing for him, because he's got someone keeping the rhythm, and he can just go off and be even more creative than he was before. And but Dave's is a great guy, great guitar player, and I think all the girls will like him. And then there's Robbie Crane, who plays the bass, and he's pretty much the joker of the band. He's the youngest member. He's really never done anything, so it's really exciting to watch him be excited about little things like, the first time he was mentioned in a magazine, he's like, I'm in the magazine. It's like, oh, that's great, Robbie. So, I remember when I was, young and it was really, really exciting. It's still exciting, but not like the first time. And he pretty much keeps everybody laughing all the time. He's like the practical joker. So, those are the guys. Yeah, it already is, but it's a lot of fun. If I want to put something stupid on the album cover or something, I can do it because I don't have to ask anybody. It's fun to have a vision of something in your mind, and then all of a sudden see it grow and become an actual thing. And so there's a lot of pressure, but when you come out with something that you've envisioned, it all makes it worthwhile. Yeah, she writes her own songs. She's only 2 years old, but she writes songs and sings, and I just thought it would be neat. So when she grows up, you can if this album becomes very popular, I think it'd be really neat for her to, when she's 16, 17 years old, and go, yeah, that was me on the record when I was 2 years old. So just something special I just wanted to put in there. See, what's cool is because I can do that. Because I wanted to. No one told me, no, you can't put your kid's voice on there. So, it's great.
Oh, shit. What do you guys, the Beach Boys? Okay. Somebody get nailed down too, though, for not breaking this. Yeah.
Living as Luxury is really jazz oriented. It was a departure for me to sing that way. And lyrically, it just weaves a tale of living in the cities. It could be like New York City or like just like downtown anywhere, in any major city in the world, I would imagine. And it's like the darker side of life. That's basically what that song is. Look in Her Eyes. That song is pretty much shows off the musicianship in the band. I mean, it shows off Dicky's drumming. It shows off, just really shows off Steve's versatility in guitar playing. He plays so many different things. It's got a 2.5-minute guitar solo in it, and it was funny because when we wrote the song, he would stop playing, and it just didn't feel right. It's like, go, keep playing, Steve, keep playing, keep playing, keep playing, and it just kind of, because he just went off, and it just sounded so good. I hated to, usually you would cut that solo in half, and that would be enough, but it's kind of like an epic type song. It's got a lot of different parts, and it is a long song. It's like 6 minutes long, but lyrically it was based on, what I had in mind at first was, the old tale of Medusa. And if you look in her eyes, you turn to stone. That was basically what the lyrics was about. But then it kind of turned into a guy waiting for a girl thinking of Medusa. So I don't know. The Edge was a song I wrote about racing. And it was funny. That song actually wasn't that good, and then it needed like another element in the song, and so Steve took it home and he wrote that middle part, that classical thing, and it really made the song just like really stand out. And then especially when starting with the acoustic guitar, and it's different. Like those two songs, I think, are one of the best rockers, or two of the best rockers on the record. And even though they're like a little different than your average rock song, I think that's what makes them both stand out. They're great. We wrote. I went to Jack Blade's house while we were in the songwriting thing, and me and Jack and Tommy sat down and wrote a bunch of songs, and one of them was Sister of Pain. And then so we've got like lots of songs. They're great guys to work with. They're very creative guys. And then when I was in the studio just getting ready to start the record, they came. Actually, Tommy started to write Can't Change Me at my house when we were writing at my house. And when we were up writing together, we didn't have time to finish the song. And so Jack and Tommy just finished the song and then brought it to me. And I thought it was just such a great song, and I had to put it on the record. Whoa. To all the Japanese fans, I can't wait to come over and see you, and I hope you enjoy this band as much as I do, and I love you, and I'll always keep coming to Japan for you.
Hi, this is Ray.